boy last night. I just didn't. It was.
What's a do boy?
He said something about a yes man or a do boy. You sitting with two do boys. First of all, I'm not here. I didn't know that first of all, I just start potting. I didn't know that the objective was to fucking argue with each other. I thought we were supposed to discuss topics.
No, I mean,
but I noticed that you are supposed to have. No, I'm learning.
Right.
But I didn't know.
With that also,
you know what I'm saying?
with
Like
that being
coming
said,
in, I'm like, I thought we were supposed to agree on topics.
Hold on,
like, no, I'm supposed to give my shit. I'm supposed to give my opinion. You do that shit too much.
Oh Lord.
I'm giving like my opinion of some shit, but I'm not trying to collide with you on it because I'm like, I thought it didn't make good for the show, but I see debates make good for shows.
That's why that shit works for me, show.
Because I'm just passionate about shit I really feel, so I'm ready to go back and forth about any idea if I feel strongly about it. It don't matter if we chilling at the crib. It don't matter. So that shit was just natural for me to come up here and just be combative because nigga, I'm already, you know what I'm saying? I'm already like that.
And the great takes that I had up front, go ahead, was with me and him would disagree. And that's when I look back, that's like some of my best content on the news. Like us about Jay-Z's and shit like that. Like we go crazy.
All the arguments always are the classic things that last the time. But Adam, you watch enough podcasts and are deeply entrenched enough to know, is the narrative of co-hosts on a podcast, if it's like someone more famous or whatever, and they have a pod and bring other people on, they're always called yes man. I could point to fucking 20 podcasts.
Look at Flagrant. They always are going to call the other dude sitting on the couch yes like man.
Number one example.
But at the same time, it's like if you watch Flagrant, it's like Andrew is the one steering the ship. And it's like I have watched certain podcasts. Like I used to listen to a little bit of the Hollywood Unlocked podcast that Jason Lee would do. And he had some co-hosts that are real yes men, like clearly not there to do anything but nod and agree.
Guzzling cum.
I think there's a fine line between being just a huge prick that is like impossible to get along with and you can't talk about anything, which I do a podcast with Whack. Whack is the definition of that. I could say the sky is blue and Whack's going to say, they don't know it's red on Pyro. It's like, I'm used to that. But even like a lot of the good moments with AD on the podcast, I got to admit, were kind of because he was just like down to argue about everything. Now, did it go too far at times? For sure, from my perspective. But, you know, ultimately, like some contention is good. But the thing is, like, I implore people to go back to that one episode of the No Jumper Show, the recent one that Sharp was on. And it was like he was trying to argue, but it was like the dumbest points and he just wouldn't let shit go. And it's like, if we're going to argue on a podcast, like you can't just be derailing shit like every second of it. Like there's going to have to be some objective reality that we agree on.
And, you know,
I get it.
Look,
I wasn't here.
So when I first went on Sharp's podcast back in, I want to say it was April of this year. It was 2 days after Adam had hit me up and asked me if I wanted to join the No Jumper Show.
I'd say that, church.
He said, Adam said, don't tell nobody, don't say nothing, you feel me? But yeah, so I was like, all right, for sure. A couple of days later, there's a No Jumper. Was it Thanksgiving or not? Some Easter party, some shit. There's some little staff party or whatever. Lush One walked through the door. Everyone's shocked to see me. You feel me? They're like, what the fuck is your ass doing here?
I think it was a UFC fight.
Yeah, it was a UFC fight.
Oh, that day.
It was a UFC fight.
Yeah.
That's exactly. And that's like I'd been on the pod like once or twice, but I had it wasn't any talk of me being a part of it, except for all the fans wanted it. You know, I forgot about that part. Yeah, all the fans wanted it.
Okay, bots word.
You feel me?
In the chat.
But then they
yeah, what happened with the situation?
Well, what happened was I went over there and he basically was saying that you shouldn't be back on the show. And then I looked back.
Oh, because you did the stream with him after that night.
Correct.
We watched
and I didn't tell him I was already on the show. You feel me? Because you told me not to. Trying this new thing where I don't tell people what.
Right. And I know that was a real hard moment for you in that moment.
Because I wanted to be like, bitch, I'm on the show. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
on the stream,
nay from you?
Oh, that would have been
like, you have
funny.
no say in that nay is no say in the matter.
So keep in mind, that's crazy. They even in that video from the Big Clout Small World, whatever the fuck it was, they used the clip of him telling you, I don't think you're a good fit for the brand. I don't think you should be on the channel. And you're sitting there the whole time like, You already knew you were back on. Oh, man, that's some
and in hindsight, it looks hella different when you give that context to it.
Always. And it gets, look, I'll add another layer of how fucking crazy it is, bro. This is the fucking craziest part. So afterwards, and I talked about this already on stream, but no one watched my channel, so I'm gonna say it over here. Motherfuckers, hey, this fool was all like, hey, here's what you should do, Church. I think you get a lot of respect from the people. You should be like, when you sit down on that table with Adam on Tuesday and breaking them, you should be like, you know what, Adam, I appreciate you offering me this, but I want the people to decide. So if the people say I'm ready to come back. So I was like, oh, so somebody I'm basically living in an Airbnb, damn near homeless, and someone's offering me a job. And you want me, out of respect for the people,
you want to pull a WWE skit,
right? And undermine the person that just hired me. As a matter of fact, because last time I checked, it's his motherfucking podcast. You feel me? So all that's going on, right?
Yeah, he gives a lot of advice.
And then I'm not even done. Check.
He gives a lot of fucked up advice.
But what was really your intentions? And look, that was dope. That was dope that you asked Mark to get me on Soft White Underbelly a couple years ago when I looked like fucking Benjamin Franklin or whatever. Cool. I really do appreciate that. And that was a dope. And I've tried to look out. And this whole time I'm fucking talking good about Sharp. I'm in the chat suggesting, oh, we don't have a guest. Or should we have someone? I was like, what about Sharp? You feel me? I'm trying to push bro's fucking line. I'm over there. Hey, I shout him out in the cypher. Oh, they're making fun of you about this? Let me make you look a little better. I was at Drake's crib doing meth and I seen pictures of you.
That was
you
funny.
Feel me? Like, yeah.
You gave him a shout out there.
It was a double-eyed toddy.
No, it was a little, you feel, but
it was like a ha 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 ha.
It was ha ha ha, but like, guess what? You feel me? And then I said,
he did, but then he got it.
And then when I'm shouting out all the people on the song, because I think he's supposed to be on the song, I say Sharp the motherfucking P.
Right. As if he had a verse. I caught that.
As if he caught a verse. As if he had a verse.
Because we all thought he was gonna.
But I gave him an extra little something on his name. I said, Bricc, baby, Adam Suss, Sharp the motherfucking P.
Yeah.
You feel me? So like that's a.
But we know that you're
Sure.
Feedback
sandwicher.
Yeah,
I don't feel like him not doing it even has so much to do with me. I feel like that was a cop out. I feel like he really didn't want to embarrass himself.
I mean, that's
really what because he can't rap. I think he didn't want to embarrass himself.
The funny part is
somebody could have helped.
He always got to keep his image over everything. I gotta look good. I can't have no bad looking moments.
He could have been in between verses. Oh, that shit was fire, Church. Now
I would have intro and talk. You could have finessed your way in.
He would have had a hard verse because I would have wrote that motherfucker for you. Words come to we would have. Thank you. Nobody was coming out of there losing.
Period.
For sure.
Period.
That's what we wasn't finna do.
If anybody had asked for help, or if I needed help,
and I wasn't gonna do. Man, I'll be up here chilling. How many times I didn't work with niggas that I couldn't stand? I did shit with Flacco all the time.
Right.
This nigga for a moment I couldn't stand him.
Right.
Now I don't have no problem being in a room with him now. But for a certain time, couldn't stand nigga. I don't give a fuck to be on camera with you. That makes great content. Yeah. You feel me? You feel me? I don't give a fuck.
And I just even remember like the last time I really had a conversation with Sharp was like 2 weeks ago. I'm gonna guess 2 weeks. And he came into my office and I'm like fucking shoveling salad into my mouth in between interviews or whatever. And what did he say?
It's like mean a lot of things with this.
It's the same exact playbook as AD in them, where right before they left, right up to like a week or two before they left, I just want to let you know you're my brother. I fuck with you. I appreciate everything you ever did for me. And if things don't work out, it's cool, man. We always gonna be solid. That's what AD would always say to me. Fucking Sharp came in and gave me a weirdly similar speech like 2 weeks ago, right before he went on his live stream and basically tried to burn the building down.
Did you feel it? Did you have the odds? It's like deja vu, like this is what happened with AD and then that happened. Or you had no clue?
I wasn't even really thinking about it. That's why it took me so long to even remember it. But it's like, it's just like, I don't know. Okay, I even want to give you another example from that Katana thing. We were talking about other hosts.
Yeah.
And we were like, I think the host that we were like discussing was like Spider Loc, because I think that Flacco and Spider had just started fucking around doing whatever they were doing. And I was like kind of bringing up Spider Loc. I'm like, you know, like Sharp and Flacco and Spider, like their shit was kind of cool. Like, what did you guys think of Spider Loc or whatever? Listen, Church, I'm gonna be totally real with you. I think we got to focus on the hosts we got instead of going and trying to get some new dudes to come through. I don't think.
Damn, I forgot that part of the conversation. That happened.
I don't think we need new energy in the building. I think we got to focus on what we got right here.
That's basically him trying to say me.
Bro, translation is so transparent. Bro, in other words, I don't want anyone to outshine me, so let's not even try anybody else. And like, think about fucking wrestling. Think about Vince McMahon. It's like, no matter how popular you are, you have to also recognize that bringing on more people is going to keep shit lively. You should be thinking, maybe I could sit with Spider-Loc. Maybe we could do an episode together. Maybe I could fucking create some content together or whatever, instead of just trying to like stop it like, oh, no new members of the podcast squad because I'm trying to hold on to my spot.